All right, Coach, it's been a fun, full summer for you. Do you feel like, after going through two summer sessions, kind of being a few months in now, almost 4 months in now, do you feel like your bearings are getting a little easier each day?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I think, we've had at some point or another, every guy in our program has been on campus, and there's no substitute for having your guys on campus and being able to be around them and just, spend time with those guys, whether it be on the court or off the floor or over a meal or whatever it may be. So that helps the process in terms of getting to know them and really pushing, your agenda and your identity and your culture through, because we have so many new guys, and a lot of freshmen, especially the second session of summer. But it's a lot of fun. Again, you get an opportunity to implement what you want with that many guys. And the second session we had almost every one of our freshmen here, with the exception of Devon Baker. So that was a lot of fun.
Hey, you talked about implementation. What you started on day one, what you ended up with after each session. How proud of you were like the growth in those types of areas?
Yeah, I mean, it was just a month. Each session was just about a month, so that's not light years, but it's enough for them to get an understanding of what we really, really want. And at the basis of all of that was coaching these guys on what they can control. Not as much about you being this spot or you being this spot, but you need to be on class on time, and you need to go do this and this in situations that really we value to build upon our culture. So it was a very productive summer. The first part again was filled with more of the returning guys, and Jax as well. So, but the entire summer was one that I really feel like our culture took a big jump.
Speaking about culture and trying to get people to know what that bulldog is out there, a big part of, I know you can't talk about kids in particular, but a big part of the summers for coaches is out there being on the recruiting trail. How nice it was to see kind of learning who you all were, learning more about UNC Asheville, and people being interested in that bulldog brand.
Well, I think you learn what you need in recruiting, and having the ability to be around your guys for that long. You really go out on the recruiting trail and understand what you're trying to focus on. Again, we have a lot of new guys, so we were able to recruit a lot of those guys ourselves in the spring, but we still have some big needs. But yeah, I mean, for the freshmen, it was a great summer for them. But guys like Jalen Seegers, L.J. Thorpe, Tajon, I thought those guys had a really good summer as well. But I think there's a lot of excitement around the program. Not just because of the change, but again, because this has been a good program for a long, long time. It's just got a lot of turnover this particular year.
Obviously the summer session's over. Kids are prepared to come back for the full school year. What do the next few weeks look like for you, and when they get back on campus, kind of how do you think things are going to pan out in that way?
Well, I think it's a good time for us to plan as a staff. Some guys to get away, because I don't know that R.J. Evans has been a day away from the program, so he needs to get away and get a little bit of rest. But we kick back up school on the 20th, and most of our guys will all be here on the 18th. So a lot of that's just preparation for them getting back on campus, because now, once we start workouts, it will be more implementation of basketball-specific things, and X's and O's, and really driving home what we want from a style of play standpoint. But I'm really happy with how the summer's been, just from a culturistic standpoint, and how these guys have really bought into what me and the staff are trying to do.
Finally, we've been talking basketball in summer, but what did you do? What did you do to get away? What are some of the fun things you did now that you've kind of been settled more into your position?
I spent a lot of time in this particular room and a lot of time around, which that's, again, I don't have a ton of hobbies, so that's what I enjoy doing, is being around our guys. But the funnest thing that I did this summer was probably go to Dallas for Jason's Hall of Fame deal and spend some time with him, and just get to see all the people that impacted his career. And I was there for about 3 or 4 days, so I got to spend a lot of time. That was a good way to recharge my batteries and get back. But again, this is what I do, so a lot of time is spent in and around this arena. So, but I had a good summer, man. I learned a lot about Asheville, learned a lot about UNC Asheville, learned a lot about myself. So it's been a lot of fun.
Thanks for your time.